Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick little update for you and to share a awesome little recipe that I made up over the weekend. If you saw my short, I went to the excuse me, I got the hiccups this morning. I went to the Dollar Tree and bought some pork skins for $1.25. You probably already know pork skins are a perfect keto, carnivore, ketovore snack. There are no carbs whatsoever if you get the plain ones. I learned the hard way, even the salt and pepper have added stuff in it that I didn't want, but I had already eaten a couple of them before I realized when I turned it over that they have um, yeast and all kinds of other stuff, which I didn't want. Anyway, I took that other half of a bag that was left. I wanted to make some meatloaf because my husband loves meatloaf. We've been working a lot, working on the deck and stuff like that. And I thought, he deserves something that he really likes for supper, not just another hamburger patty. So I decided I needed to find a way to make meatloaf that I could still eat. I didn't want to add breadcrumbs and I didn't want to add oatmeal. So I took my hamburger meat, I added an egg like I always do. I put some Kinder seasoning in there. If you've got an envelope of meatloaf seasoning mix, go for it. I didn't. I usually just put my own. I think I used um, browned butter garlic is what I put in there, and maybe even some of the steak seasoning from Kinder's. And I crushed up those salt and pepper pork skins with my little can of green beans, and I put that in my meatloaf mix as my binder. So that meatloaf is perfect keto meatloaf. It's hamburger meat, pork skins for the great collagen building properties in it, zero carbs, all that good yummy stuff, good fats, and an egg, which we all know is perfect protein and fats for our bodies. So that is a super simple, easy, cost-effective keto meatloaf right there. If you've got sugar-free ketchup, you could always put that on the top if you wanted to, or mix some in with it. I didn't put any tomato base. I usually don't. I did sprinkle a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on the top. That just gives it that extra little kick, but it was so, so good. And I've got to tell y'all, I am absolutely loving my lingo. I've still got a couple of days left with it. Um, I highly recommend if you are pre-diabetic or anything like that, if you're watching your carbs, any of that kind of stuff, it is so insightful. It is just, you would never believe how much you learn just by using that. For example, I've got to tell you a harsh reality I learned this morning. If you followed my channel any amount of time at all, then you know I absolutely love my coffee. And I love Coffee Mate plain creamer. No flavor, no nothing, no pizzazz. Well, I had already switched my coffee from one little tiny spoon of sugar to the stevia that I bought last week, which I actually am really starting to love. I love the fact that it's not artificial, it comes from a plant, all that good stuff. And still, replacing my sugar with stevia, every time I had a cup of coffee, on my little Lingo app, my blood sugar was still going just like that. Up the hill, staying up the hill, and then go back down. Until this morning. And now I'm kind of mad. But it is a very important revelation. I got some Nut Pods creamer at Publix a few weeks ago with a Ibotta offer and an aisle offer. It ended up being free. And this is just one little small shelf stable thing of creamer. And I thought, am I ever going to use that? Probably not. But this morning I decided to just give it a try. I took my coffee, I put Nut Pods creamer, not my regular unflavored, unsweetened coffee mate, and I put my little pack of stevia, stirred it all up really good, had my coffee, checked my blood sugar after that, flatline, no increase whatsoever. So, moral of this story is if you're like me and you love Coffee Mate and you're trying to really watch your blood sugar, you probably should at least give Nut Pods a try. I haven't tried the other kind of creamers yet. Nut Pods is almonds and coconut. So at least for me, I know that that works without spiking my blood sugar. I'll just, I'll show you my little graph from this morning. I'm still shaking my head because I'm kind of mad about it. But yeah, here we go. There is my graph from this morning. Maybe you can see it now. There we go. And I even had 2 cups. See the 2 in there? Yeah. Now let's go to yesterday and I'll show you the same thing that happened. There we go. See that big spike yesterday? That was my coffee with Coffee Mate and Stevia. So very insightful. I hope y'all are doing great on your goals. Let me know what your goals and plans are for the week. I plan on continuing what I've been doing. My calories I have really sliced. My carbs I am keeping at a very minimum. I think only 3 days out of the last week I've had more than 10. So I'm trying to not go over 15. I know that's kind of crazy to just start out with, but I hit the ground running. My calories I've decreased. My carbs I have decreased. Trying to really work on increasing my protein and my fats, which is a lot to juggle at the same time. But yesterday, I think for the first time ever, I did not wake up in the middle of the night one single time. I slept until 5:30 in the morning. For me, if you know me personally, that is huge. Um, Making better choices. We went out to eat last night, and instead of getting anything fried, which was pretty much the options, or a hamburger steak, I decided to get chicken salad. Luckily, it was just chicken and mayonnaise, I think, and some little seasonings. There were no pieces of anything else in there. It came on a bed of lettuce and 2 little slices of tomato. I ate that. My side was green beans. My other side I picked, however, was broccoli salad, which I remember that I really like, but I don't ever order it. Yesterday, the first bite I took, I'm like, whoa. I got a big, huge raisin. I'm like, oh, crap. Because what is a raisin? Basically, just sugar. So I did not eat my broccoli salad yesterday. I was being really good. And for the first time ever in my long, long years, I ordered unsweet tea. My taste buds are changing. I got that unsweet tea. I put 2 packs of sweet and low. That's what they have on the table. And 1 little pack of lemon juice. Couldn't really tell the difference. So I'm tickled to death with that. Hopefully y'all are seeing some positive changes. Let me know down in the comments what goals you're working on, what good wins you've had. I don't have any scale victories because I still haven't even bought a scale. I'm just trying to, I don't want to get discouraged if I'm making these good changes and seeing good results. And then I'm afraid if I get on the scale and nothing has changed, then that'll kind of mentally make me say, well, what am I doing all this for? So I haven't bought a scale. I don't know. I might sometime or another. Who knows? But let me know what y'all are working on. If you've made a food revelation in the last week or so, like I did this morning. Oh, and just a little bit of unsolicited advice you didn't ask for. This Canada Dry Fruit Splash Strawberry Zero is amazing. So if you can find that, it is delicious. Anyway, hope y'all all have a fantastic day, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.